Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Nice.
All right, it's time to work on some more Hyrule Kart. Hello everybody, Xeno here. I think I'm not muted. I was making sure I was the whole time, just in case I was being loud. But I look like my sound waves are coming through, so I'm officially live. I don't have my watch on me. It was charging. So, to recap last stream, I basically tested the mod, the original mod, and somewhat of the next one in progress that has Ganondorf, Zelda, and eventually Ocarina of Time Link. We also were working on Ganondorf specifically. We were trying to make sure his cape had physics. We got there, I think so. I might have to double check. I know the model I'm looking at right now has the changed bones, so it can simulate the cave waving around. The only problem was the current animations that were in the game didn't support that, and it bugged out the capes. So what we're going to have to do here is completely export all, I think it's 64 animations. Let me double check on my document real quick. 64 animations to export all over again with this new bone change. So it kind of sucks to a certain degree because, like, obviously I don't have anything to change animation-wise other than maybe checking his bike animations and seeing if I need to make new tricks. That could be a thing we could do real quick. Not real quick. Obviously, I'd want to find something unique enough to make it kind of more tied to his character, especially with the whole, like, fire explosion that he uses because he takes over Bowser's spot. I've said that at least 3 or 4 times last stream, but that's something we're going to have to really consider here, so we're going to jump in here in a minute after I'm done talking a little bit more. So in terms of anything else, I have done, what, 20 or so seconds of my other animations. That's actually like a Blender animation, not an animation for a video game, for whatever I'm going to be uploading here soon on Xeno 76. So that's going to be fun. I may start teasing images, at least not of what it's copying, because it's literally just using movie footage and movie sound from whatever I'm taking the clip from and pretty much laying it over that, and I'm pretty much using that way to, like, train myself to animate. I may be posting teaser images of what's been going on there, probably on my Discord here soon, because I haven't done anything with my Discord in at least 5 years, and it might be time to actually start posting on there. So when I get a moment there, probably after the stream's over, I may start putting specific updates on that. It looks like I have a complete Project Hyrule Kart section I forgot I had. I may have to start posting on there too. I only have the downloads link. I don't really have any chat up to it except for someone talking about problems they had with their emulator, and update posts are non-existent because I used to only post on Twitter and I don't really post on there at all anymore. So that all needs to change too. So Discord changes are underway. As far as I know, I think the link into the description is still valid to join it. So if you guys ever want to, it should be there. If it ever expires, just wait for the next live stream and I'll repost a new link because I told it to not expire, but it might expire anyway because Discord does a good job at lying to me.
Nice.
So now what we're going to do, I'm just a little overwhelmed in terms of, like, I have snacks, I have food, I want to get things started. The lights just turned on for no reason. You saw that in the background. What we need to... Let me get my screens ready. So I think what I need to do is switch to here and then switch to this. There we go. Okay. So if we remember what we were doing last time, which I need to pull up some... what's the word here? I need to pull up... Oh, his file. Yes. So it should be in... I'm surprised I haven't favored it by now. Project Hyrule Kart stuff. Pack 2. Ganondorf. So we had to make a... Oh, yeah, these are... These duplicates? No cape versions. Oh, those are the outdated. So no cape versions, outdated. I'll put outdated in the corner there. And then I'll do cape versions. You guys get to learn my stupid workflow I have to do for this, since I'm ignorant of Maya and I just use Maya as basically an exporting tool. So we're gonna have to put FBXs. I know it's super tiny text for you guys, I apologize. FBXs, anims, and I think, is there a third one? No. Oh wait, no, this is the anims. Outdated. Yeah, I just have the two. Oh, and then I have to separate them by bike. Bike, cart, and other bike, and ATV. So, I forgot there's a lot to this. So, I guess I'll have to do M-bike, S-bike, cart. And then ATV is usually just on the bottom here, because there's only like 2 animations. But, that's good. So, now we can start organizing that here in a minute. I don't know why this not being capitalized is bothering me. Oh wait, no, I need to take these exact folders and put them in the anim versions too, because we have to make all the FBX versions first and then do the anims later. So This is the stupid part you guys don't know about yet. So let me go back to T-pose, for example. So what you guys see here are, remember, 2 skeletons. Ganondorf is using 2 skeletons. One that I derived from Link from Mario Kart 8, which are these really skinny bones, which are kind of just flown about everywhere because the way it was exported was kind of bizarre. But these are the ones that really like to cooperate with Mario Kart's editing tool and Mario Kart itself. So I'm using that skeleton to export stuff with. But this skeleton I made in Blender, which helps me have like inverse kinematics, which is not wanting to work right now. I think that's my sword. Which one is... Oops, that's his leg. What is this blue one? Why isn't it moving? Well, maybe I told these to be at 0? That's probably why. When you move these, he'll move that. And what I had to do was tell this skeleton, which is what his model's actually changing off of, to copy all the data from these ones. So I animate with this skeleton, but I have to export with this one. And Blender does a terrible job at translating these, so you have to bake the frames down here on the bottom, 1 frame at a time basically, to a whole separate animation so it can copy that perfectly. Now, as far as I know, there is no other way to do this properly, because you can't just translate the motions of this one to this one verbatim and then just hit export. So what I'm going to have to do here is go into my Blender file really quick and see. I think I deleted all those baked files, because it does bloat the file up really big, and the more and more I bake stuff, the worse the FBX file gets in terms of size, and the longer it takes for Maya to open it up. So the thing that really sucks is when I export this, I have to do it one file at a time, because for some reason the baked file is what plays only that animation no matter what the data. So I can only do it one at a time without Maya freaking out. So if we're gonna just get started here, we'll probably just go in alphabetical order. So I'll pick this skeleton, click ATV Drift L1, which is a drift animation unique to the ATVs in the game. I'm gonna get rid of the cart here. Oh, there's bike too. So it's basically him just drifting. It's 30 frames long. We let it play here, and then what we do here is click the other skeleton, hit this. I don't know why it has frame data. It shouldn't at all. Go to Pose, Animation, Bake Action. I think it needs to be 30 frames. Frame step 1, only selected bones. And then it does all these 1 step at a time. So now it's completely baked. All of that. All that movement. Then what we need to do is, well, for me, for visual sake, I take his model. I don't need his eyes. And this model. Go ahead, export, FBX. We're going to have to go find the Cape versions, FBX, and then we'll do ATV Drift. I think it said, oh yeah, it's not even named. Oh, hold on, I have to do that too. See, my whole workflow has been, I haven't done this in so long that this is just, oh, I'm going to have to redo it actually. So it's Drift L1. So let me go, I'm going to let you guys see real quick what I had to pay attention to in terms of my own document here. So I had to make sure I check marked each and every single one. In fact, I'll do the check mark here right now in advance so I can copy that later. But so we have to do with these one at a time. It helps me name each one that gets exported. It's such a complicated process. Load it in game, make sure it's functioning in game. Notes are basically what I tell it to, what is unique about it in terms of maybe what I've based an animation off of or something, just something so I had no context to what it is. This column, I don't know why it still says anim. These are outdated since we have to re-export everything. But if I ever have to stop the project at all, if I were to work, when I was working offline basically, I always made sure I typed in FBX or .anim for whenever I needed to come back to the project, and I'm like, where the heck am I? What was I doing? I could see how many of them I was exporting, and then if I had them in FBX or anim format. So it was my way of just making sure I never got lost with what I was doing. So I have this over here on my other monitor here, just to make sure I know where I am when what's doing what. So right now we're working on ATV Drift L. We have the animation pulled out to it. Go back to this, delete those frames. I don't know why they're there. Pose, action, bake action, 30 frames. Then we call this ATV Drift L baked. I save it just because I don't want it. There's really no benefit to it because we'll be doing it one animation at a time, and the bake data kind of just goes away for each and every other one. But I just do it because my brain knows where that it has been baked also in the file. So all 30 frames here are baked. It's named accordingly. We go to these two, export FBX, NMs, Cape versions, and then FBX. Then we'll do ATV Drift L. I think you don't need to mess with any of this. The only thing I have to click is selected objects only, animation, and I just told it to export all that. So, me to verify to make sure this even worked, I'm going to first put .fbx on my document, but I'm going to go over to Maya now and see if it works. So in order for me to do this properly, I need to go to the FBX file here, atvdriftl.fbx. So I can't just import it and call it a day. What I need to do is go to this stupid little section here before I even import it and click on extra options, and it should be on these linked or baked animations that are in the FBX file. So this will get longer the more and more we'll do stuff. But or I can just replace it, honestly. I wonder if that's actually a valid thing. It's just these get stored in the FBX file, which is, I think it's more work than I'm willing to put in. But what we want to click on to make sure it's the right frame data, because I think the baked action is the same no matter what. It's just the amount of frames we want to import. Link arm ATV Drift L baked was the one we baked earlier. So it should be just this. I should hit import. It brings everything in here. You can see he's still moving with his skeleton that was also supported. And it's only 30 frames. I can't remember if there's anything I have to change here. Sometimes things are like not framed correctly. Now we just need to go make sure we're clicking on the armature, link arm, right here. And then go to File, Export All. I forgot. Anim Export. I don't think I need to mess with these. Maybe it is Export Selection. Export Selection, Anim Export, Export Selection, and then I need to go back into here, Ganondorf, Anims, Cape versions, Anims, and then ATV. I keep saying ATC. ATV Drift L. I usually sometimes would put 1 to see if like I had a screwed up version, but this should work. It exported it as a .anim file. Next thing to do would be to bring up the file we're taking over. So what I want to do is probably pull up the emulator just so I can get to my mod folder. Manage mods. No. We want open mods directory. Pack 2, ROMs, driver. Should be Koopa. So I'm going to make a backup of this. Probably just type in backup. I don't remember if this will load it because it'll detect it, but I'll just call this Koopa 1. Because I still haven't, I actually didn't check from last stream to see if this was the reason why he turned invisible. I think it was just a mismatch version issue. So if we go back into this model here, he should already have all the animations that were supposed to be before the cape was edited here. So we have ATV Drift L. We click replace. We're going to have to go over to Project Hyrule Kart, Ganondorf, Anims, Cape versions, Anims, and then there. So now we click Drift R and then we hit Drift L. His cape is now fixed. That's the whole process to get that one done. We have 63 more animations to go. And by the way, this program here also will have us verify if the animation is loopable or not, because there are animations like the drift here that are 30 frames, but each one is dynamic, and it's supposed to... Why isn't this frame rate changing? It's actually peeving me off. There we go. So, because Mario Kart 8 runs at 60 FPS, so we want it to replay at 60 FPS to see if it works properly. But in a lot of situations, there's a lot of animations here that are only 30 frames long, and it's supposed to be for each input as you're turning your vehicle. So if you have your controller all the way this way, it'll play like where he is right now, and then when you pull it over here, he'll move it over there, and those are called dynamic animations. There are other ones that loop, like when he's in first place and he just laughs. So in here, it'll loop flawlessly just because it's supposed to, but in game, what you're supposed to do here is really make sure in this section over here that it is looped and it's the correct frame number. So some of these I'm going to have to change because they default to not loop. And if I forget, it's bad, because then issues will arise when he'll laugh once and then he'll just stay frozen like he saw a zombie or something. So we're going to have to pay attention to that for when we get there. But as far as we know, this animation now is baked. I'm going to compress it and save it, just so we don't lose the baked data inside of here. I'm going to type .anim on the document, and I'm going to have the check mark for loaded in game. I'm going to assume it works just because this is based off of data that has worked previously. I think this is the workflow that made it work. I don't want to load this whole game up just to check that animation because it's a very specific scenario. Everywhere else, he'll kind of be screwed up. And so in order for me to truly test for the first time will probably be when I get all the kart animations done. So once we get all the way to the bottom of the kart animations here fixed, I'll probably save it and load it up in game, play him with the kart and see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we're going to have to fix it again and then re-export a whole subset of animations just so we can test it again properly. See, this is why I get so jealous that the devs have like tools where they can drag and drop, and like, I wouldn't say drag and drop, it depends on their engine, but they can update this animation and models and textures so much quicker without having to like restart the game. Sometimes they're able to like edit live, kind of like what Unreal Engine can do. So having to go through Blender. Let's get really specific here. Textures, Photoshop, or an image editor. Blender for me, Maya, Toolbox, and then the game itself. That's 5 avenues I have to get before this thing even like functions correctly. So I could eliminate one by not using Blender, but Blender is good for... I know how to UV edit in Blender, I know how to animate in Blender, and I don't know how to do that in Maya, so it's kind of my cross avenue. And technically, Blender does have an anim exporter, but it's really outdated. I think it only supported Blender 2.79, and it still had file bloat. File bloat is when you compress this and the images, like the file size is still big, because the game is still expecting only so much data to be loaded in at once, and if it goes over that limit, it'll crash. This is a lot more prevalent in the Wii U than it is the Switch, I believe, because the Wii U only had 2 gigabytes of RAM. The Switch has 4, and I think there's a lot more avenue before it crashes. I haven't tested it, but this method is the way I can get it to the most compressed version without it going over. So, and with least errors, because when I was really learning how to do this, way before this whole Maya part with the anim files, this toolbox supposedly supports SMD, I think it's SMD, whatever Source Filmmaker's files are. And that's what I originally used, but the files were enormous, and they had like weird rounding errors where, like, let's say he was driving. So where's his kart drive animation? So when he'd be doing this and he'd be moving the cart, for some reason, when I exported it with SMD, his like whole entire elbow would do like a 180 because of like a weird overflow buffer error. And instead of doing 255, it did 256, which re-looped it to 1, and it would like rotate him all the way back to 1. It was stupid and caused me so much grief, and I'm so happy that I'm not using that file format anymore because it was already causing crashes, and it was doing weird stuff like that. And as far as I know, as long as you bake it properly, like what I'm doing here, you do not get those errors. So maybe if I take some time to learn how the bone structures work here and edit them flawlessly, this would save a lot of time, because I could just edit all the skeleton animations in here and then just export it and then call it a day. It's just using the skeleton that the game was trying to read, which is like an amalgamation of code, because like technically it's probably encrypted, that we had to decrypt it, and that's why they ended up sticking in weird directions like these bones are. It makes it tough to probably put inverse kinematics, which I'm pretty sure Nintendo developers used. If they didn't and did all these animations without inverse kinematics, I applaud them, but I don't think that's the case. It's just the way we've had to convert the skeleton to a readable format. So that was a lot of jargon. Let's go get back to doing our workflow here. So every single time we have to do a new .anim file, by the way, I would have to put a new file in, and I don't ever save them. So again, Maya is literally just a file converter. So now that we did this, we're going to want ATV Drift 2. Or Drift R, sorry. So this is when he's drifting from the right side. It looks really similar. Let's go animation, bake action, 30 frames. ATV Drift R baked. And then we go select these two files, hit file, export, sorry. We'll click this just so we can get the name faster. R.fbx, it should be exported. I'm going to type in .fbx for... Oh yeah, my document real quick. I think these check marks are supposed to be if I even had them done in the first place, so I'm going to have to re-put them on here just for organizational purposes. Just because I did animate them all. They're all animated. They're just not in game and they're not converted. So let's change that real quick. There we go. It'd be funny if you heard my keyboard. Okay. I wonder what my comment here was. Looks like it's deleted now. I had 40 frames in Maya for some reason, so if it works weird in the game because I edited it in Maya, and they need to be exported again. My bike animation was... That's outdated, honestly. I think I can delete that, since we're re-exporting them all anyway. So now we're on Drift R. I'm going to go make sure we actually just have the file even exists. Just so I know progress is being made. There are the two right there. Those are going to be the only two in that specific folder, because now we're going to have to do Kart and Bike and S-Bike. So I like how I added that image there, just so like we know it's Ganondorf. Alright, back to Blender. So go here, go to Kart first. This one should be 120 frames of animation. I usually like playing it once to make sure it loops properly. We go back to 0, go to this skeleton, pose, animation, bake action. It already knows it's 120 frames. Hit OK. We call this Kart first baked. If I don't put baked, it'll literally just, in the FBX file, look exactly the same as not any other name, and it makes it confusing to select from Maya. So that's why I do that. Let's go to export FBX. This will be Kart first .fbx. I'm going to verify the file is there. Yeah, so you can already tell on this, you can't see the file size right here specifically because of the resolution, but it says 490 kilobits. That was the first file we exported. It has his model, texture data, and his animation data in there. The second one has 2 animation datas in here along with his model, and it already bloated up to 668. So this third version will still have those old empty frames, but it's still there in the file. I could purge this and keep the file size low, but it's not worth it since all this isn't going to be like in one big file. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys that. It's just fun to tell you like this weird observation and byproduct of my workflow. So as far as I know, Kart first worked perfectly. So let me go to my document. Oh, X. I'm going to move it over here just so it's out of the way. Now we're going to be doing cart back. So cart back. That's when he's backing up in the cart. So he's driving like that. Looks like he clips through his knee, but it's not really noticeable in game. We can do 30 frames here. Go back to the other skeleton. Go into pose mode. Pose, animation, bake action, and it knows it's 30 frames. Cart back, baked. Select the little skeleton. So skeleton, model, file, export, FBX. Cart back. That one's done. We can put FBX here. We go to the next one. Cart bad. Cart bad. Looks like it's 90 frames. When he gets like 6th place or worse, pretty much bangs on the steering wheel. Like he's pissed off that he lost. Looks like it's 90 frames. Go back to the other skeleton here. Big action, 90 frames. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to name it. Cart bad bud. No, baked. There we go. Put the shield on. Select these two models. File, export, FBX. Cart bad. Put the FBX file on the document. Now cart choice. Cart choice is when you select them in the game. So like on the character select screen. That one should be 70 frames. Here, bake it. Animation, bake action, 70 frames. Cart choice, baked. Skeleton. Do the same thing 55,000 times. What do we want? Oops. Cart choice. FBX. I'm going to verify that these are showing up. The file is getting bigger from 835 kilobits to 1.39, so 1.4 megabytes. It's insane. Okay, cart damage. When he gets hit by like a shell or something, the animation he plays, it looks like it's 25 frames. Do I have a second one? I have a second one where he does this. I wonder if I should make his mouth open. See, I can edit these live. So. Just cap it where it ends the frame there, and he goes, oh. I think I like that one. I could export both of them, but I only did this one because that's what he kind of plays when he gets hit by Link when you're fighting him. I think I decided against it because during earlier playtesting, there's not enough feedback to know that you really got hit other than the fact that you slowed down. So, lore-wise, I feel like it made sense, but this one's more comedic and it knows definitely that you got hit. So, we'll use cart damage too. So, his mouth is open. He's in pain. I think his eyes close. It won't show it on Blender, but we'll do it here. So, pose, animation, bake action. Wait. Let me make sure this is the right frame rate. It's still also 25 frames. Good. Okay, pose, animation, bake action, 25 frames. Cart damage, baked. See, it's still cool to have like versions of animations on here because you can see things I considered back in the older versions of the file. I even forgot I made that, so seeing that was still in the file when I made it was pretty cool. So now we need to select his model, export, FBX, we'll call it cart damaged. Put the FBX file on here. Cart dash. Cart dash. Cart dash. What the heck is going on? Cart dash V1. There we go. That was weird. It looks like his elbow delays. Maybe that's why I had a V1. Oh, no. Okay. So, cart dash is when you use a dash pad or a mushroom. It depends, because there's two versions and there's two separate ones. I think dash 2 is used when you, like, what's the word? Turbulence. Like when you pass it, you know, you're following someone in the game and then that like white whoosh. Sorry, my whole like music app just crashed. It looks like my whole hard drive did.
Bruh.
That was bizarre. Loading index libraries. Well, that's the first time I witnessed that live. I knew there was a driver issue with this, but I'm surprised I saw that do that. I wonder if I need to like reseat the cables for it. Well, I'm happy like OBS didn't explode when that happened. But yeah, when you're doing the turbulence, whatever I forget that's called, they also play that dash animation. So most dynamic animations are usually just 30 frames per second. I mean 30 frames total. So I am not happy that his elbow kicks in like these last 3 frames because he does it smoother here, at least by 8. And then, yeah, he doesn't do that so well here. So I'm wondering if this one, huh. I also have to make sure that his hands are actually on the steering wheel. I have a new method I need to try in the future to see if, probably when I start Link, to see how well I can match the steering wheel on other characters, because I've just had to eyeball it and test it like 17 times before it looks close enough. I said this last stream as well, but with this version, I think I know how to make it precise. And it has something to do with using the skeleton and seeing their positioning and then putting the model there. So, because I'll just rip an animation of them driving and then see the skeleton spot for it and then just put the hands there. I think that's what will work. I'm really surprised I haven't tried it before, so. Okay. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we were just exporting this. I guess that whole elbow thing is worth not changing, so. Animation, bake action, 30 frames. We'll call this Kart -1 baked, because there's 2 versions. So select him. Kart -1. Put it in FBX. Check the folder. It should be here. Kart -1. Go back to here. Kart -2. He leans, like, one of them is where he leans in further, and one of them where he just moves his head up. So, this is the dopier looking one. I could just have the same one be the same animation twice, but I decided to put 2 in because professionalism. So, Kart -2 baked. File, export, FBX, Kart -1, Kart -2. That on here. Zoom out on my document a little bit. We're now on the drift animations. So Kart Drift L. That's also 30 FPS. It's a dynamic animation. So Kart Drift L baked. Here, export FBX. Kart Drift L. FBX file on here. We'll do drift R, where he's drifting from the other side, so his body's in a completely different pose. Animation, big action, 30 FPS. Kart drift R, baked. Like that. Export FBX. Change this one from L to an R. Add it to the FBX on the document. Kart drive. This is just what's happening when you just go forward and drive left and right with no drifting involved. Really simple. Really good one to start your animations off of. Now we go here. Animation big action. 30 FPS. Kart drive. Oops. Baked. Like this. File. Export FBX. drive. Put it in the FBX file. Next one up, Kart Good. Kart Good is when you get second, third, fourth, or fifth place, and he did good enough to be happy but not be bad. This is what he plays. It's 150 animations before it loops. This one's a bigger file. Animation, big action, 150 frames. Oops. Kart Good. Oh, wait. Baked. Right? Is that what it's called? Kart Good, yes. I think I just put the underscore and threw me off a little bit because it didn't make a duplicate. Export FBX. Ah, my caps lock. Kart Good. Check the files. Kart Good. FBX. I still have Ryujinx open. I mean, I guess eventually I'll play it. No, I need to close it because my controller's off and it won't detect it until it restarts. Next animation, Kart Gut. Kart Gut. Kart Gut is when you taunt someone after you hit them. So if you hit someone with a shell and they got hit, or banana, he'll kind of affirm like to the player. He'll look at the camera for a second or just behind him and he'll be like, yeah, I got him. That's Kart Gut. Don't know what gut means, but it's fun to say it. So Kart Gut. 45 frames. This looks like V1. What's V2? Do I have a V2? No, I do not. So I will bake this version. Bake action, 45 frames. Kart Gut baked. Take this, take this, take this. FBX. Kart Gut. Put the FBX on here. Kart Hop. Kart Hop is when he's in the air and he's driving. So basically he just plays his dynamic animation when he's slightly in the air. I just kind of lifted his butt up so it looks like he's getting ready to like prepare for landing. So that one's just 30 frames. 30 whole frammy whammies. Animation, bake action, 30 frames. Kart Hop baked. At FBX Kart Hop. The FBX here. We're almost done with all the kart animations, and then we can load them into the file and see if it works. Kart Jump A1. This is his first animation when he's A2, B1, C1. A2. Okay, I had two versions. So I'm doing he does his taunt in his cart. Looks like it's 55 frames. So yeah, one of the tricks he does. Tricks are my fun part of the animation, the whole kind of reason why I even wanted to do this in the first place. Very early on in the project when I was working on Ingo, the plan was to completely mirror all the animations he would have taken from Waluigi except for the tricks. The tricks would have made them unique because driving animations are pretty bog standard, you know. They kind of fit any character if you just replace the model. But the way you move anything in the skeleton, it kind of screws stuff up, so I decided to just make them all from scratch, so they all work the way they're supposed to. But Kart Jump A baked. I think that's what it is. Yes. Take the models, export to FBX. Kart Jump A. Pick the file. There it is. It just appeared. It takes longer and longer for it to appear the bigger the file gets too, which is funny. Okay. Kart Jump B. Kart Jump B is the second trick he does. I think it's 65 animations. I don't know why. It looks like also a variation of Kart Gut, but I guess I made that work for a second trick, so. Kart. Oh! Jump B baked. This file export. Kart Jump A, we want Kart Jump B. Make sure it shows up. Put that on FBX. Kart Jump C. Kart Jump C is the fun one because this is the trick they do in variants instead of Kart Jump B when they're doing anti-gravity. So anytime you see this animation, you're probably in anti-gravity doing tricks. So that's the fire paw one I have for now. I still don't know what to do in terms of replacing this. So we're just going to roll with it until I start working somewhere else in the file project. And then if I ever come up with a new idea, I'll probably replace this one. But until then, he has 86 frames for this animation. Bake it. Kart. Jump. C. Baked. FBX. Kart Jump C. We're not done yet. We still have a couple more. So there's another one called Kart Throw B. Kart Throw B. That is the animation he plays when he throws an item behind him. 40 frames. So we're going to put that there. 40 frames. Kart. Oh, Kart Throw B. Oh, wait. Baked. There we go. Take this. File. Export. FBX. Kart Throw B. Put it on there. Kart Throw F. F is forward. So when he throws it in front of him. Looks like I made it 30 frames specifically. One here. Animation. Bake action. 30 frames. Kart Throw F. Baked. Select this model. Do the thing all over again. Kart Throw B. Change that B to an F. Put it on here. And then there's a third one called Kart Throw K. K is for keep. So when he keeps it in his hand. Looks like this one's 40 frames. It's basically his idle animation, but with his hand out. Give me a second. Piece of candy stuck in my tooth. I can't remember if I need to fix this one or not, because sometimes this desyncs from where he's holding it, but I think the version that's desynced is one of the bike ones. I think the cart one's fine, so 40 frames. Plus one. Kart Throw K Baked. Man, this is stuck on my tooth pretty good. And then last but not least, cart weight. So when he's not driving, he's just idling. Which is, again, like Kart Throw K, but without holding something. Okay, so we select these two, and then File, Export, FBX. Cart weight. It's just stuck on there pretty good. If you give me one moment. Ah! Note to self, don't do that again. It's still kind of stuck on there. I just didn't want to open my mouth on the stream and... bleh. Okay, so now all the FBXs have been exported. We can tell through the document. All these ones. So now we got to convert them all to anim files. Yay, we're a third of the way there.
Bruh.
So then, again, we've got to convert them all to anim files, and then we got to convert them. We got to put them in the file, I mean. So now we go to Maya. File. Import. Cart. Cart first. Go over here. Make sure it says cart first. Hit import. If it reaches the frame range it's supposed to be. I actually don't remember how many frames it's supposed to be. This is why sometimes we go back and look. Cart first. It looks like it's 120, so we just have to set this to 120. Play and make sure it has all 120. We go to the armature, export selection, anim export, cart first. Go over to the folder to make sure it's actually what that is. So we got to go to FBX. There it is. So now we can replace this one with .anim. I'm going to copy that so I can easily copy it over the information for next time. Then we go to new scene, file, import, cart back, go over here, make sure it says cart back, import, it should be 30 frames, so that works. Click the armature, file, export selection, cart back. Look over there. Looks like it made it. So then we can replace this. .anim. Control N, new, file, import, cart bad. This cart bad baked. I don't remember the frame rate range. It's not remembering on here, so we need to verify where cart bad is 90 frames. Ooh. There we go. We'll play it just to make sure it's not corrupted. Oh, it's playing at 90 FPS. That's playing super fast. Oh. 90 and then 60. What is it doing? It's changing the frame rate. I'm trying to play the frame rate. Or did it shrink it to 9? Oh my god. That's probably what it did, huh? Okay, I'm going to restart this because I feel like I screwed something up. I don't want it to accidentally play fast, and that's my only worry. I'm doing something like that. So we'll do cart bad. Import. Then 90. Set the end time limiter to the playback range. There we go. But it's going to play fast again. Because this is different. End time limiter, the animation, playback range. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, I'll just trust it, I guess. If it screws up, then it's something we have to change later. So, cart bad. Change it on here. Control N. Don't save. File. Import. Choice. I don't remember how many frames it is. That might be worth freaking putting it in the document since I'm having such short-term memory. It looks like it's 70 frames. I don't even know if this matters. Putting it here, but I'm going to do that. So, cart choice. Over here, we have made an anim version. Cart damage. Import. Cart damaged. I didn't realize I put a D on it. I think this is only 25 frames. Play so fast on Maya, it's kind of jarring. Okay. Cart damage. Switch it to anim on the document. Now we're on cart dash. Control N. Import dash 1. Dash 1 baked. That should be 30. Just click this file, export selection, anim export. Oh, lart. Cart dash 1. Put this as an anim. We go Control N. See if there's a way if I can just know how to switch between the new data, then I could just click this last one. This last one should have them all. And if I can swap between them, I can just export them one at a time. I just don't know how to do that, if it's even possible. I'll have to hear. You know what? I'm going to do some experimentation here. We're going to do cart weight. It's baked. It should be 40 frames. So he's doing his idle. I wonder if I can click on the bones. So if I click on the whole armature, is there like a... thing on here that lets me change the animation? And whenever I'm done streaming, I might actually go do some research. Because I know doing research live is really boring, and this is already boring as it is. But if I can find a way to have like a drop-down menu that shows me all the animations, it may be good to learn that. I'm just looking through some of the menus really quickly. Frame selection. Camera settings, sequence time. Cycle through cameras, view, shading, lighting, show, render. See, it should be in the animation. What's this? Drag pose, bind pose, focus preset, show hide, node behavior. I don't know what extra attributes should be. No, it's bind pose 1. Select. Whoa, what happened? And then I hit A and it goes away. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's just re-import that and pretend that never happened. So let's see. Extra options. Animation take. No animation? Bake animation layers? No. Fill timeline. Sure. Optical markers. I'm trying to remember what I had, like, checked and unchecked a long time ago. So, animation take. Oh. Wait, baked. Let's go look at some other things here. Always override if scene is empty. Deformed models, constraints, human IK, cameras, lights, audio, advanced options. Help on FBX. Okay. Change this and see if it did anything. So. Here's the animation. Do we have any... I just want to see if it still imports them all. Like, can I import several? Animation take. Can I, like, select several? It's so dumb that I can only take one. I told it to import a different animation, but it's still the same one because it's based off of cart weight. And I think that's just the cached baked frames, and that's why you can't do this. So, I guess I'll just go back to doing what I was doing so we can actually test it. We were on Kart Dash 2. Which is almost why I don't feel like... I'll just do no animation. It doesn't look like it imported anything. And I'm changing things. Guess we'll just do a new scene. I was just testing to see. Again, I feel like what I'm really importing here in Dash 2. Dash 2 should be 30 frames, right? Let's just do Kart Drift, because it's also 30 frames. Import it in. He's still doing the drift. Again, it's pre-baked in, so I don't... Ugh. I don't know how it'll do that. I'm wondering if I somehow import both bones, maybe it could take from them? A lot of experimenting to do in here in the future. This may speed up workflow in the future. But, okay, enough experimenting. I already said I was going to stop, and I was still doing so. This is like ADHD to the max, so just to make sure nothing actually gets screwed up, we're going to do -2 baked. Should be the 30 frames. Link arm at cart -2. So look on here, cart -2's on here, switch to NM on here, Control N, import, we want drift L. Drift L baked, that should be 30 frames, nice and easy. Look at the armature, export selection, cart underscore drift L. Put over here, anim version complete, switch back, new file, import, drift R, baked, group link arm, export selection, cart, drift, R, switch to anim, N, I, cart drive, baked, should be also 30 frames, so we don't really need to change nothing. To here, cart, drive, switch that to anim, Control N, file, import, good. So we're gonna have to pay attention. Cart good was a lot of frames, I believe. Cart good was 150. Here, link arm. You have to just check on here if it just like tells me how many frames it's taking. Start time, end time. Method keys. Cart good. Back to here. Control N. Import. Gut. The gut animation. Cart gut. Cart gut. 45 frames. Back to my 45. Group link arm. File. Export selection. Cart gut. Put this as a .anim file. Cart hop. So right here. Wait, import. I almost say export. Cart hop. Hop baked. Could be 30 frames, so nothing to change. Cart hop. Use this one to .anim. Control N. File, import, jump A. Jump A baked. Double check the frames on here. Be 55? Actually surprisingly fast. I thought it was more than that. Okay. Link armature. Cards. The music actually like threw me off a little bit. Cart jump A. And Control N. Import cart jump. That's throw. Jump B. Jump B baked. Imported in. Jump B is 65. 65 frames. Link arm file. Export. Export. Cart. Jump B. The A is capital. Put that as an anim. Minimize that. Control N. Import cart jump C. That in. That's a lot of frames. 86. Oh, I did 686. 86. There we go. It does this little pow. Link arm file. Export selection. Cart. Jump C. Put that as an anim. Cart throw B is next. New scene. Import cart. Throw B. Throw it back. I have to remember how many frames are in this one as well. throw B, 40 frames. 40, group, arm, file, export, cart, throw B. Put this as enum. And we want new, file, import, throw F. Throw forward. I don't remember how many frames this is. Is it also 40? Yeah. Okay. So we'll do 40. File, export, cart, throw F. Looks like it's on here. Enum. Replace that with enum. Control new. File import. Control throw K. K for keep. And that's also 40 frames. Let's double check. Yes. Let me make sure that... Yes, it does keep all 40 frames. For a second, I thought maybe I accidentally only did 30 from Blender, not Maya. So... Okay. We have one more to do. Then we can import them into the file and test it. Yay!
Yeah.
Import cart weight. Cart weight baked. This one's also 40. Group, link arm, file, export selection. Cart weight. This one's also enum. I'm going to copy the check mark in advance because we're going to start loading them into the game. So far this is the only fixed file. It's the drift. We have yet to import the other one, so his cape kind of goes up. But now we're going to do cart first. Replace. Cart. Maybe we should do... I guess numbers are on the bottom. That's interesting. Cart first. So, cart first. Cape's on the bottom now. Cart back. Wait, we never told it to loop. Loop. True. Cart back. That one. It looks like it doesn't add the one frame like it used to. This is going to help with the workflow in that just a little bit. Cart bad. Click it so it updates with the new cape. We want this one to loop. Cart choice. Cart choice doesn't need to loop. He does what he does. Cart damage. Damage. Update it to the 25 frames. I don't know why the camera moves every single time it does that. It's a weird byproduct. We want this one to loop. Dash. Dash 1. Cape's down. Dash 2. Dash 2. Rift. L. Rift. R. Those are now updated. Cart drive. Updated. Cart good. Cart good. Loop, yes. Cart gut. Cart gut. Cart hop. Oh, I hit export. Cart hop. I don't think that's loopable. Cart gut is loopable. That's told to loop. Cart jump A. Cart jump B. Cart jump C. Is there? That's louder. Cart throw B. Cart throw F. Cart throw K. Cart throw K needs to be replaced. I mean, told to loop. Cart throw K. Cart weight. Make sure that's all converted. Tell it to loop. Alright, double check. All the capes aren't screwed up on all the cart animations. We can hit Control S. Saved into the current mod pack, so it should be updated. So I'm going to close this. Go to here and then double check. Looks like the file size has changed. This is the one that should be loading into the game. Go back to animations. Yeah. Okay. Time to test it out. Here we go, finally. Oh my gosh, after all this time, we might actually have a somewhat fixed Ganondorf. So, again, when I said a third of the way there a long time ago, that was the Blender export. 2/3 was anim export. 3/3 was into the file. And then we have to do that 3 times for each, like, cart type. Cart, M-bike, S-bike, and then technically, like, 1% more with the ATVs. So now, it looks like his cape's on the bottom like it's supposed to. Now we just have to see if it flutters right, because I can't even remember if we tested that. So I could have done this all for nothing, and that took, what? Without explaining it, probably 30 minutes. Cape's wiggling now. Cape works really well when he's tricking. Oh, I like it. And then he does his pow. This track is like the perfect track to test out everything. He's drifting. And his animation loops like it's supposed to. I still wonder if his eye textures don't load right. Oh, I don't want to hit time trials. I want to erase this. Ingo. Ingo's huge. It's like seeing Ganondorf in a Mercedes-Benz GLA. Okay, we'll do a Hyrule Kart. I mean, Hyrule Field. It's gonna be fun when I get to the actual map editing again. Hey, it's Ingo. And a Malin. And Talon! Oh, they're all there! Is Zelda here? That would have been great. See, it's gonna be so cool when like the entire Zelda cast is actually just in here. That's the big payoff. Those animations work. Oof. Take this, Malin. Oh, that's all right, Luigi. Getting into kart editing will be fun too, but that's not too high on my priority list right now. Oh no! The collision, you're too small for that. Map error. I like how this map doesn't even follow like water physics in terms of how it moves volumetrically. It goes from really full to not so full. I could have just left this full of water. Oof. Look, a specular map still works. Whoa! He's still Bowser, sound-wise, icon-wise, but he's working. Yeehaw! Oof. If you had a mushroom, you get such a freaking shortcut here. I slow you down there on purpose so that doesn't... You need the mushroom. Am I gonna get lightning bolted again? Oh no! Ugh. Getting the cave to work here was such a pain in the butt. Like the lighting. And only to do this in the cave. Oh no, I'm gonna get hit! Oh! Oh, I'm shrunk! Oh, I got hit again! Not again! Oh! I hit someone. Oh my gosh! Malin, what are you doing? I'm ready this time. Oh, I did it too early. Yeehaw! Three triplets. Just looking at all the NPCs. Oh, it's always lightning. Whoa, collision. Well, obviously, I still have some stuff to change here. Mommy, I'm too young to die. Oh! I hear them attack you, and I hear the echo of it. I just hear, like... I just think of a batting cage every single time. Such an endurance race. No. Featured driver. Let's do Ingo, Malin, and Talon. And then Bowser, because that's who I am. Let's do 60 seconds. Oof. The amount of competition in this alone could generate the trailer for me. Where was this gameplay like a year and a half ago? That was funny. Okay, enough having fun with the mod. So we know those animations worked. Now we got to do the other... Oh, 2/3. Oh my god. Oh. But I might want to do some experimenting. So, experimental time. So I wonder if the FBX file will know that these two skeletons are like... One's copying off the other. So we're just going to take cart choice. ...70 frames. Take both of these. Both skeletons. File, export, FBX. I think I'll go... experimental. Part weight, FBX. Whoa, I can't do that. Both skeletons. Go into Mire. Import. Experimental. There it is. It'll have all the animation. Animation, take no animation.
Bruh.
Built online bake animation layers. Let's import and see what happened. Okay, group. The 2 armatures. Oh, pressing buttons. I just want to move them. And then I hit F and then things go away. Why? There we go. Oh my god, Maya's workflow is so nonsensical. IK arm. So I hit G to move. What's the move button? If these aren't doing anything to anything, so if I just delete them, it goes away, and then I go to these and it moves him. So it doesn't link them. Okay, well that's lesson learned. What is this? I press R and it's like E. E's rotate. And it's not rotating anything. Let me rotate. Draw style bone. Foot L end. What are these? I want to know which one to edit. So we'll go hip E. Okay, so it does move it like that. Cool. It almost looks like he's on a bike now. Oh yeah, Maya's workflow is... How do I rotate? Okay, that's how I hold Alt middle click. What about Shift middle click? No. Control middle click? No. Tab? I just want to know how to orbit. I made him do the splits. Oh boy. I don't even know how to store animations. I might just have to do research on that. It does not feel like I've only been streaming for an hour. I don't know why. Everything I did right there was so boring and methodical. I don't feel like doing that on stream for you guys, but I might have to. Maybe we should start editing a new track? No, it's too far ahead. Maybe we could do items. Items are supposed to come with the release of this mod, so I'd have to get that started up again, though, because I did have them functioning on the Wii U port, I believe. So retrofitting all the models would take time. As far as I remember, there's no animations involved except for the bullet bill. The bullet bill had a twisting animation. I had to duplicate that when I used the Sheikah Stone. So I'm just looking at old Project Hyrule Kart stuff. Course model. I wonder what this is. Oh my god. This Hyrule? Wow, with no textures? An old version of it? That's insane. You can tell all the UV sizes are so different. It's all compressy there. Just turns into clown vomit. I could make the icons for Ganon, I guess. Let's go pull up his model. Let's go back to T-pose. We want his eyeballs to change, so we'll go to his eyes. Go to shading. Change this to this way. I think that may work. Photoshop up. The only issue is I know I'm going to have to start changing the file of... There's like specific coloring and settings you have to do for this mod. I'm trying to just find where this is it, pack 2. So it'll be in pack 1. Driver, car, map, OBJ. Oh, these are those are the models for someone else completely. It should be in UI, right? Common. Sark. This doesn't look like it. Title scene. I mean, this is like this is completely different than how it worked on the Wii U one. They like recompressed a whole bunch into these, and I have to remember what these were called. So I'm just looking through some stuff. Change car parts, cart parts select, jeez. Combined bin text. This looks like UI junk. Battle course, no. Item switch. T image, combined textures. There's just borders. Page cara parts, single. Character parts. Bullfliet. MN background, T image, combined bin text. It's upside down. She's supposed to be upside down. I think these are just advertisements for DLC. Toy-Con, Labo, that's just more advertising for using that. We just want cart select, right? No. Let's not go through menu Sark yet. Let's look at common. Common's way more compressed. I think these are in the mid-game, so we want load screen. Hold on. Oh, cool! I didn't know these were each individual images. I could edit this to be whatever I want now. That's funny. That means I might have to make silhouettes of like Ingo Talon and Ganondorf. Oh my gosh. Because look, there's a whole bunch of them. Oh, that's cool. I'm happy I'm streaming now. Hopefully I can tell myself this time to check this. That's good. Okay. We want... There's Mies. Cursor. Cara icon. Are these them? Yes. There's Malin. So these are the map icons. So really quickly, I'm going to back up common. Common copy. Yes. Catherine. I forgot that Birdo has multiple colors. That's actually good to know, because then I know I was gonna, spoiler alert here, I was gonna make Wind Waker Link be Yoshi. He'd take over Yoshi and have all the colors, so he'd be Wind Waker Link with multiple tunics, you know? And then Birdo could be another character with several different color changes. That's good to know. Okay. But we just want Koopa. Koopa Jr. Koopa. So this is a 64 by 64 texture. Make that super duper tiny, and then we gotta get... So I was gonna do his character when he's looking on the character select screen, but we might have to change the eyes back to looking forward. Oh, I changed that. Wrong texture. There we go. Okay. Back to animation. Tell it to look forward. Wah, 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 wah. Oh no, I clipped his chin. I'm a failure. No, not this. That's a good... There we go. I kind of want to see if I could just tell Photoshop to take out his head, but I don't know how accurate it would be, and it might just be faster technically to do it this way. Because sometimes Photoshop is really good at doing exactly what you want, and then sometimes you might as well do it manually and it takes just as long. I'm gonna add this part of his shit, even though it doesn't really matter. It's a lot of detail you probably won't even tell. Copy of it as we cut this one and pasted it here. We still need room for him to have the outline. Probably just a smidge smaller. I have to remember really quickly how Malin looks. Because everyone usually has a white outline. If I remember correctly. Image program settings. I just want a different background. I guess that's just what it looks like without its alpha channel. So let's go to Mario, Metal Mario. Splatoon has a lot of characters too. There's Ingo. He has a black outline. And we want it to be 2 pixels thick. Oh! Probably. Export as smaller file 8-bit. I gotta go all the way to my Project Hyrule file folder. This is loud. It's bothering me. Ganondorf. Edited textures. I'll do UI stuff. It is... Okay, so now... Koopa. Remember what we do here. I think I just hit file. No? How do we replace it? What's this? Open with default program. Export. No. Replace. Oh yeah, now we have to go find the freaking frick. Ganondorf. Edited textures. UI stuff. 64 by 64. Yes. Compare it to Waluigi really quick. Looks like that's 100%. Koopa. I hit save. Hopefully that works. If it crashes, we'll know why. Texture's a little more easier to test. Character select screen will still be the other one, but this will be when he's on the map, so... I feel like we'd have to do Not common.sarc, it would be menu.sarc. But we'll find out. I keep hitting the wrong button! Mercedes-Benz. I'm hiccuping. Let's do Royal Raceway. Let's hope the game don't crash.
What?
That's a good sign. Yep, there he is. Now it's Ganondorf's icon. Whoa. Oh. Take this, Link. Haha. Oof. And Zelda! Holy moly, Zelda's here! I just realized. Oh my gosh! If you were Oot Link, this would have been perfect. I have to finish a race, sorry. I know it's distracting, but ooh, it's so cool to see the mod work. And now I'm super duper far ahead. He probably needs his head shrunk by like another group size. But we could leave it this way. There's the blue shell. And a second one, apparently. Run, birdies, run! Or someone's star. Whoa, we just barely missed that. I can't see. Oh yeah, he doesn't say his text yet. See, that other image is the smaller version of that on there. Oh, I guess she's still considered Peach, huh? I never edited her to say Zelda yet. This is a real image, guys, in Mario Kart. He's just so happy as he hit her. That was funny. Oh, that was good. Wait, did she play her like, yeah, I hit someone. Yeah. And revenge. Okay, that icon works. That's good. I'm just happy he didn't crash the game. So now we can change his eyes again. Music. Actually, really quickly, let me do this screen really quick. And then... Oh, there we go. We want... Oh, that's still named display capture. This is how I was supposed to change and fix. This will have Ingo playing. I don't know why he's not moving, though. So we'll hit... Interesting, he's not moving. Oh, I know why he's not moving. He's probably errored from when the hard drive booped. I think these are still good, though. No, they're not. Okay, well, thanks to my hard drive corrupting, I won't have an image on the bottom right, but I have to be right back. So let me change the text. I have to remember where that is. There's supposed to be a be right back button. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so we were making new textures for Ganondorf's UI. Or for Mario Kart's UI for Ganondorf. There we go. Changing his eyes. We gotta switch over back to that screen and disable my green. There we go.
Nice.
Wonder how we can cram his head into the icon screen here. Can't remember exactly how to do this stroke texture thing I did before. I think it's something to do like this. And then... Actually, I think that's supposed to be at the resolution it's supposed to be, so we got to figure out where that is. So we'll close this. Maybe wrong menu. Oh, nope. That's bin text. Look at the files over here. It should probably be in Kart parts, Wi-Fi course, Kara select bin. Probably this giant. Nope. Dang it. New character unlocked.
Yeah.
Team select, scroll list player data? Nope. Care select multi BG. There's Wi-Fi, care select common bin, course select bin, Wi-Fi course. So many different files here. Kart parts. I think I had to edit this at some point, or I could have. That's not what we're looking for, though. This isn't it. That's not it. Dang it. Item switch. Kara icon? Are these what we're looking for? Oh. Oh.
Nice.
So I know there's two file sizes we need to base it off of. So let's go look at Waluigi. DLC.
Yeah.
So it's Waluigi. I know there's two of them. You know, I could have just used the search icon. I'm stupid. Well, I don't know. Because would it open up all the sub-files? Maybe not. It worked in the old one, but that was all separated before it was all recompressed together, so... There's Kara icon 0, but then... Do they just use the one file now? And do I just think they... No, I don't think so. There has to be one when you're in-game. So menu is for the menu. Common is for in the course. So common would be where the second icon would be when like the results pop up, I believe. So I'm gonna go look through here really quickly just to see. Load screen. No, we already made fun of that. Load player list, controller bin. Kara icon 00. Yeah, so here they are. When they're sideways like that, yeah. So that one's a 52 by 52. What a weird texture size. So we want two files here. One of them will be... These are all dynamic, right? 128. Okay. I almost want to export it as like a PNG or something. Just so we have something to kind of import off of. So we know like the size reference. So I'm going to go drag and drop that in a new file. Oops, that's like skeleton. Edited textures, UI stuff. Koopa. So this is the file we need to replace, basically. So now we're gonna get this file, copy it, paste, shrink. It used to be about that big. We need the bevel and emboss and the stroke. Oh, maybe we can make them bigger. We have Bowser here. We can make the stroke a little bit thicker. I wish it was rounder, but I don't know if I can make it do that. Looks good to me. For a first version, anyway. We'll export this as... And then we need to resize this one as dot. Can we rasterize this image with all the effects? Rasterize layer style. There we go. We'll just take this image, copy it, and then do, what was that weird file size called? 52 by 52. Shrink him down. Like that? Do you think that works? Is there a third file size at all? Oops. 52. There we go. I guess we'll start. Okay, so Koopa replace. Save. It has a lot to save. Menu.sarc is huge. And then the other one, the smaller image. BCD Koopa. That's replaced, but we want Koopa the second time. Here run Kamek Koopa. Oh, there is no outline for this one. So maybe we could make a version. No outline. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. There we go. I'll just export it as this, no outline. So 52 by 52, no outline. Place, no outline, yes, and yes. Boot up the emulator and see if the game will crash.
Yeah.
The emulator. Sometimes I say it so fast it sounds like I say emulator. The emulator. M. I'm pretty sure I'm running off a deprecated emulator. I might have to pick a new one. Oh. There he is on the icon. And then there's Zelda over here. I'm not going to bother with anything else for that. What we're going to do now is do a text editor. So he doesn't say Bowser anymore. He says Ganondorf. So I wonder where that is on here. US send message. I believe this is it. Oh, we're probably going to want to make a backup really quickly. Yes. So message copy. There we go. This one's cool because it just uses the font style. So region common. What's race? Change character restart. Common will be the characters. Browser edit. I know there's a second one here somewhere that will show browser is. I think so anyway. Maybe not. Oh, music. Yeah, it looks like those are just all the courses too. So I think I had mine say Hyrule Field. There it is. I can't remember if I have to switch that to like long or not. Or castle maybe, I don't know. Courtyard? I don't know. So we'll just save this. We'll save the Sark. And then load it up and see if it just says, oh, I used the text. Why am I doing that? I ate all the bananas. Versus race. Oh no, it ruined everything. This is my fear. Why does it do this? Ganondorf. So now they're all screwed up. Yep. I wonder why it does that. Do I need to put like a space afterwards? It's because it goes past the hexadecimal value. I might have to look that up. I added a shit ton of spaces to it. I just want to see if that just magically fixes it. I may look it up. I just forget what that file's called. Message.sark. Let me see here. Look it up. Message.sark. Load. Well, names Mario Kart 8. Thank you for telling me, Mario, what the game is. How to edit menu UI text. I knew there was a Game Banana tutorial somewhere. Let's see if it's still screwed up. Time trials. Oh, well, there's spaces now between... Alright. We're getting there, but that's still an issue, so... I need to hit play on my music. Okay, I'm gonna go look up on my other screen really quickly. I just want to see, like, what happens if it's, Now we put the core message in. Oh, I haven't heard this in for a while. I'm surprised I have this on my, playlist. Oh, here we go. When I try to edit the text, it appears all next to each other, like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Rosaline, etc. Does anyone know what I did wrong? Dude said, did you get it figured out? I'm also having the same issue. Same thing happened to me until I decided to try training the text with another program, and it was solved. Oh, so I'm not using the switch tool editor is the reason why this is happening. So I need to use the MSBT editor, I believe. So, which sucks because that means I'm going to have to do this. Export raw data. I'll just put it in Ganondorf's frickin' folder for now. And then I put it in here somewhere. I'll keep this open because we need to edit it. MSBT. PC Pack 2. Mod this first. Is it just called old? Bars tool. MSBT. I had a program just for editing this. I don't remember where I put it. Project Hyrule Kart Pack 2. 2 ships to our NPCs to replace Citra. Hope I didn't delete it. There's Biflim tool. Na, na, na. I might have to search for it. I like how old these versions are on my desktop. I don't even know why I have them. This is kind of worrying. Oh, there it is, MSBT editor. Now we go to open. Let's go to Ganondorf's file, because that's where I put it. Pack 2, Ganondorf. Edited textures, common. We go in here, and then we go find... Here we go. Ganondorf. File save. Save as? I don't know. I guess if I just use this. Export. Nope. Tools. It probably converts it correctly now. Oh, this is the old... Yeah, that's where I threw it last time. Okay, so now we go replace raw data with this, which was edited at 555. And then... Guessing it's changed now. I'm going to replace it again. If I hit save here, I'm afraid it'll save with like a different format. But there's only one way to find out, so we got to load it up. If it glitches out again, then I'll try and remember to do it and just hit close instead of save. The music's overlapping. It worked. So now he looks like he's almost a full character. He just needs sounds now. That's going to be a fun thing to do one day. Oh, this is all screwed up, though. Peach, Yoshi, Ganondorf. It's getting worse. But Ganondorf works. What? So all of them are corrupted except Ganondorf? Is that because it's editing off the not fucked up version? I bet that's why. So we would want to do this. Music. This may be fitting music, but I think I figured out the problem. So we want to delete this because now it's pointless. We're going to make a new copy of this just so it's another backup. This is the one we want. Message. Common MSBT. Export raw data. Replace. Yes. MSBT editor. File open. Ganondorf. Common MSBT. So these are all fixed again. We just want this one to say Ganondorf. Hit save. Then we go back into this program. Common MSBT, replace raw data. Common MSBT, save, close, test again. I'm gonna go add check marks to all my cart animations. There we go. Document updated. This should be fixed. Ganondorf. Yep. Although names aren't overriding each other. Here's Malin, Ganondorf. Yes. Alright, now I'm going to do a race, just so you see it at the end of the race on the results. So, give him a funny new cart to drive in. And when he does bike, his cape's all screwed up, so. I didn't realize that was called the Silver Arrow. Huh. Ribbon Road, why not? Why not? I said why not. Bleh. Bleh.
Yeah.
There's icons there, which is cool. I see Malin. Oh my gosh. I don't normally take that jump. The lighting on this map is so nice. Oopsie poops. Lap 2. Oh no! Jeez Louise. Oh, you mother effer! What the fuck?
What?
You're ruining it! You're ruining! Ah, I fell again! Spin! I'm gonna get ya. Oof! I'm gonna get ya. Oof! No! Not me! Ah! Malin, you little shit. I'm gonna get you. Oh, she got me in the air! Or was that someone else? I think that was someone else. I'm losing. Yeehaw! I'ma get the first place. Yeehaw! There we go. Ganondorf. His icon, his name, it's like he's in the game.
Yeah.
Talon got last. I could have changed Zelda's name too, but Good, good, good. Hopefully I can remember to do that method. I have to... Once you edit it with Switch Toolbox, it kind of like corrupts itself. And that's why only that one was the fixed one. I could have done it one name at a time, but that would have taken forever. So just using the uncorrupted version was the whole reason why that didn't do exactly what it did. So we need to change it again. We have to go through the MSBT editor and then fix it. So good to know. Okay, so now we got his icon stuff in the game. I'm going to change his eyes so it doesn't mess with me. There we go. And now we're going to have to get to exporting his other animations again later. And then we'll probably redo Sheik. Because Sheik needs a big rework. But I am going to be done. 2 hours for a live stream isn't very long, but there's a lot of mental stuff for me to go through. And hopefully I can do some research off stream to, oh! I'm not ready for all these texts. There we go. Hopefully I can find a way to improve this workflow, because this is more exhausting than I remember. And, oh, like I could do it. It's just, oh, I'd be so bored. And I want to go do not this right now. So, thanks you for any. I can't even English. Thank everybody for stopping by. If you did and you lurked. Part 3 I might do tomorrow, depending on my mood. Again, it also depends on what I end up doing offline, too, because I'm going to do probably more animation. I'll play my games and then do research on this. So, yippee! I will see you guys next time, and remember to not trip on rocks, because that sucks.
Yeah.
Bye!